right, we're doing this again, and this time in 2026. We're back for a whole other year of this nonsense. I've enjoyed this tremendously. I hope you have as well. So let's keep it going. Anyway, I was trying to figure out, it's 2026. What are the kids into? What's this year gonna bring? And right away, I was gifted with pure gold, because we need to talk about the great meme reset of 2026. I was Googling like, okay, 2026, Gen Alpha, Gen Z, trying to find trends, trying to find what people are into. I would like to keep up on things rather than discover them a year later. You know what I mean? Which has been a lot of what this channel has been.
Future's now, old man.
I discovered a lot of the chatter online has been about the great meme reset. Now, I don't know if it's one of those things where it's just very specific people are hammering it, trying to make it a thing, or if it's actually a thing in the sort of ecosystem and zeitgeist of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. But I will say, a lot of people have thoughts, and now I'm gonna have them, and hopefully you will too. I guess that's the whole point. So let's jump into this. The first thing I saw on this was a short made by Mr. Lindsay Sped on TikTok. It just says, words kids are using, the great meme reset of 2026. So I guess this guy's kind of doing the same thing we're doing, except a little more informative probably, and it looks like he's a teacher. So big respect. Let's see exactly what he has to say.
The great meme reset of 2026. What does it mean and why are kids saying it? Mr. Lindsay back to define yet another thing that your kids are saying. 2026 is upon us, and for months the kids have been talking about online and in person the great meme reset of 2026. This is an organic movement on TikTok that has gained a lot of traction over the last few months. And it's a response to how utterly ridiculous Gen Alpha brain rot has become. Even Gen Alpha is tired of how incoherent their memes are, and they're ready for a reset. So what are they doing? What's the plan? A lot of them have agreed to not share or talk about or say any more Gen Alpha coded brain rot and go back to the quote OG memes to reset the algorithm.
His coffee stressing me out. Him doing this, I know he's talking, but I keep looking at the coffee and I'm almost considering it's AI because this man's moving his coffee cup like this, and that's teacher skill. That's years of directing a class with a coffee cup in your hand. I'm stressing about it.
Means in theory is
Look
that
at
there's
it.
no
Stop
more
it.
6.
I can't focus on what he's saying. The coffee's driving me crazy. Look at it. He is one gesture away from just spilling it everywhere.
No more niche baby, no more domer, no more Cassius Thundercock, no more ballerina.
Who the hell is Cassius Thundercock? What do you mean? We've clearly missed some things.
And their plan is to bring back some of the Vine era memes, like I like your cut, G, and the dabbing Squidward meme. Will it work? I don't know, but we'll see in the coming months what happens. Now, if there was ever a time for us to be able to introduce some of our OG memes into the algorithm, now is the time. Hope this helps.
I don't know that it does help, because it doesn't sound like a possible thing. People are tired of the low effort kind of AI slop memes, and they want some, original, non-just gibberish goop. It's the best way to describe it. But with that said, I'm questioning whether those people are actually Gen Alpha, right? It sounds like something an older person would say, to be like, I remember when the memes were better, which is probably something I've said. But it's one of those things where it's like, is this a thing Gen Alpha is actually doing, or is this just some nonsense TikTok thing? Because I don't trust any of it or believe any of it or like any of it. This is Keekcraft. I hope this guy is doing well. He clearly is. 16 million subscribers, so of course he's doing well. But when I talk about influencers or content creators or whatever who have a style when they're a kid, and as they grow up, It's their brand, so they can't really change, and it starts to look ridiculous over time. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to put him on blast, but like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Good luck, my man. I fully expect this to be like the most energetic report I've ever heard.
So have you heard of the Great Meme Reset? Basically, TikTok decided that in 2026, everyone is just going to go back to using the old classic memes. Memes like Uganda Knuckles, Big Chungus, and 21. This is because everyone thinks the new gen brainrot memes suck. Leave a comment with what you think.
That wasn't even, oh, you know what? I hate this as 96,000 likes, 4.5 million views. How long was that? 13 seconds. Should I just start making nonsense things that are 13 seconds long that are just reporting a thing and then go, what do you think? And not have a take at all? That was offensive to all my sensibilities. I learned nothing. Okay, yeah, all right, so they want to bring back Big Chungus. Why though? I feel like this is one of those like older people imprinting, but basically being like, Gen Alpha wants this. It's like, I don't know if they do. I've seen no evidence of that. So far, I've seen 2 grown-ass adults tell me that this is what's happening. I'm starting to think this is being pushed as an idea rather than it actually is an idea. Where'd it come from?
The Great Meme Reset is finally here. It's time for Big Chungus, Nyancat, and MLG Gaming to return to the forefront. This is after 2025 being the year in which the Great Meme Reset has been floated as a reaction to AI-generated brain rot. It turns out many are sick of modern trends and wish to return to a time when memes seemed simpler and easier to grasp.
Many who?
This is why so many clips have spread across the internet touting that the reset is definitely coming and everything is going to change, as the desire to remove brain rot does exist. However, there are allegations that the return of older trends won't last longer than a week at most, despite 2026 supposedly being the year in which they come back for good and replace newer content.
First off, I just want to say that is 100% what's going to happen. Whatever the case may be, I promise you, by this time next week, no one will care about this. It will be gone and we'll have moved on to like kids going 4-5 boo, and it'll be because some kid found like a video of Arby's 5 for 5.
Etymology Nerd perhaps summarizes it best, explaining how modern memes are mostly reactive to current events and are completely different to earlier memes as a result, which is why bringing them back isn't an easy task.
The reason the Great Meme Reset won't last longer than a few weeks at most is because we're not in the same cultural moment anymore.
Yes.
I mean, if you look at any of the biggest memes from 2025, they're always responding to something currently happening in the present.
Sure.
Memes were also reactive to current events in the 2010s too, but it's harder to apply the same context when it occurred a decade ago. This means that the Great Meme Reset can come across as quite corny.
That's exactly how I feel. It feels corny, it doesn't feel organic, it feels like something being pushed rather than something people want. The whole point of a meme is that it's in the moment, it's a cultural zeitgeist thing, and then people move on from it. Although, every once in a while, I will see a Harambe in Heaven one and I will chuckle.
As many have pointed out, the Great Meme Reset is a meme in itself, as it's the idea of it that seems to resonate more so than the actual execution in the—
Ooh, that's a solid take. The Great Meme Reset is a meme, which is true, and it's about the concept of it, not actually the actualization of it. I love that. I'm here for that. I think that's very fun. It's crazy, but the internet's crazy. It's 2026, baby. Shit's out of control.
a long run. However, it does get to a point where it feels manufactured and forced. Forcing him—
That's what I was saying! Lessons in meme culture, you and I are on the same page. I like these already.
Meme is an extremely difficult undertaking, as once viewers know that the content is trying too hard, it immediately becomes less engaging.
Right.
Meanwhile, it's funny to think that people hated Skibidi Toilet for being so widespread and low effort, but now it looks like a bona fide Picasso, handcrafted and animated by a master compared to the AI memes that can be churned out extremely quickly. In short, the Great Meme Reset supposedly taking place at the beginning of 2026 has picked up steam over 2025 as a reaction to AI brain rot. However, time will tell if it actually lasts, considering it is technically a forced trend at this stage.
In general, it appears most people are like, stop with the AI garbage. Stop it. You can tell when something's garbage. Like, everyone just recognizes when something is bad and we don't want it. Especially when people are trying to force feed you it. Like a $17 Big Mac. Guess they're not forcing you, but if it's 3 a.m. and you've had a lot to drink, you don't have much choices in the world, is what I'm saying. Anyway.
There they are! The classics are back! Oh yeah, it's finally here! The great meme reset! What is your favorite error?
Remember I was talking about like the character and then you have to continue being the character forever and you're stuck I was going to talk about that and make that comment again. However, I love the accent. What's your favorite error? I love it. I love it. No complaints. We could have a conversation all day and I'd just be like, please just talk. I love listening to this accent. Anyway, let's continue.
Here we go. It wasn't about counting down to the new year. No one cared about that. It was about counting down to the great meme reset. Yeah, get rid of all this trash. Oh, yeah! Back to the good old days. The great meme reset.
2016.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Do you feel like maybe it's not about the memes, but in fact about returning to 2016, a different time when things seemed a lot simpler and a lot nicer and everyone got along a little bit more? Like, I don't know what happened in 2017. What happened in 2017 that since then everything's just kind of gone downhill? I just can't put my finger on it. So they want to go back to 2016. So I don't even think it's about the memes. I genuinely, when you think about it, 10 years, we're talking Gen Z. Gen Z wants to go back to when they were kids, when it was a simpler time. And now they're caught up in like the real world. And it kind of sucks more now than ever. Well, all right, to be clear, in a modern sense, I'm sure if you were to talk to someone in 14th century France, they'd be like, you guys have air conditioning? Keep it in perspective, people. I know there's gonna be one guy in the comment like, well, actually, modern times, keep it in context, nerd.
Year 2016.
All right. Oh, the classics! Yeah, Neon Cat. 21?
I think there's someone hanging right there.
Okay, we don't want that one back though. But Big Chungus, that's a classic.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
All right. Hey!
In my mind, there's no difference between any of this and the current memes. The current memes, that the AI slop ones, trash. I agree, get rid of them. The non-AI memes they're the exact same as this, really.
Yeah, the good stuff. That's it, the good stuff. It's back. Do you know the way? I don't know if we need that one back though. Not all of the classic ones.
Again, I don't think it's about the memes. I think it's about the vibe that it felt a little bit lighter to just exist in 2016. I think is what we're getting at. I don't need to watch any more of that. I think I understand exactly what's going on there. I am curious about 2026 being the new 2016. 4 days ago on Reddit, 2026 is the new 2016 trend is kind of double-edged sword. And as far as I can tell on here, it's rappers, beautiful women, Pokemon. Ooh, and trees. You know what? Let's go back to trees. I understand both sides. I get how this trend is mostly people who weren't even full conscious during 2016, romanticizing a year most people consider to be shit. I would say at this point, everything that I've seen seems like people who were definitely alive in 2016 wanting to go back to a time. Like, I've seen no actual person that looks under 18 talking about this so far. And everything we've looked at, I've seen no one. Everyone seems to be 25, 28, 30. I don't see anyone who is talking about this who looks like an actual teen. It is great to move on and think about the future and or live in the moment. However, after the shit show 2025 was, I'm not surprised that people are nostalgic for 2016 and how easy we had it. 2025 was hell to survive, especially politically, so it would make sense that a lot of us want to revisit old years to forget the tragedy that was 2025. It reminds me when Alex, our dear friend Alex Fossiani, always makes the joke about how he wants to make a compound like in the middle of nowhere that is perpetually in 2013. And I was like, why? Why would you want that? And same vibe. This person says, I don't want a new 2016. I want something entirely better and separate. Yeah, which I feel like is kind of where I'm at, is I'd rather keep pushing forward and get rid of the crap as we move forward than go back. I've never been a fan of like looking back at the past. A meme reset should mean a meme reset, not bring back the old X meme. Bing bong, agreed. Completely agreed. Let's go to one last video, and this one I love this, because it's, once again, Geekcraft with the great meme reset, and did it fail already? Dude, you were one of the people pushing this. Actually, no, that's a lie. You didn't push this at all. My bad. You didn't do anything at all. You literally said, have you heard of this? And then the video was over.
So the great meme reset failed. You see, everyone was supposed to drop the brainrot memes on January 1st and go back to all the old classic memes. But it's only January 2nd and everyone's already back on still a brainrot. I'm not joking, it's almost back to being the #1 game on Roblox again. This great meme reset trend literally lasted like one day.
There you have it. If Geekcraft can excitedly be Creekcraft, this is a problem. I like skim people's names online, and I certainly don't try to know them. And then people are like, you said it wrong. You're right. I also didn't care. But Creekcraft showed up, hyped it up, and then said it was dead, which I feel like is exactly the point of this entire video. We got to experience the breadth and width of all of the meme reset, and now it's over, which is a great start to 2026. It's 4 days old. In 4 days, I was like, we finally caught up to something that's happening right now. Nope, already over. So I guess we can officially say, too old for this.